This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is Not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is Big Mama, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. You better take the ride, baby.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Big Mama!
I love it. Heck yes.
Hell yeah.
Big Mama's here, baby.
We go big with Big Mama. And where can we find Big Mama next event-wise?
So I am traveling all across. I mean, it's go, go, go. You want to talk about on the road, baby, and hitting the miles. Like, that's 100% my game. So coming up next, so my home company that I actually help run with my husband, the Northern Wrestling Federation, we run every single weekend in the Ohio tri-state area. So we have something every weekend. Our big event coming up for November is going to be November 29th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It is our 30-year anniversary event. So 30 years in business, and I am actually wrestling Zoe Sky that night, so I am super pumped on top of an already amazing event.
Hell yeah. And where can we find you on social media and merchandise?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Big Bad Mama 06. I like to keep it nice and consistent. You can keep track of my schedule. Every single pit stop that I take on the road, I have that up every single week. It's something that we're really focusing on and building my brand as far as that goes. And then merchandise, I will be launching a brand new t-shirt actually on Pro Wrestling Tees next week. It is literally getting loaded, approved, everything right now. But if you happen to be coming to any of the Northern Wrestling Federation events, you will be able to catch those at anywhere you see me on the road. But it is a Harley Davidson inspired, which, you know, goes hand in hand.
Right. All right, perfect. And you don't have to go looking for them. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, we make it easy so you can get that new t-shirt. All right. Let's get into it. You work for the NWA. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company and the man himself, Billy Corgan?
You know, it's been just a really incredible experience. They've talked about hitting the ground running, and that's really what I feel like happened with the NWA. From the first time that I stepped into TV, and then getting that experience of getting the feedback from Billy Corgan and the whole crew there. It's just, everybody is there has such a genuine passion for traditional but new style wrestling. But it's very near and dear to my heart, where the history is still very important, the legacy and the traditions, but you're still building something new and exciting, and everybody is pushing each other to be their very best. And one of the really cool things, I just recently celebrated the 1-year anniversary to me winning the World Women's Television Championship. And I do no longer have that thanks to Tiffany Nieves, but I can promise you that will be coming back to Big Mama.
Oh yeah, and well,
So these women are just. I do have to say, this women's division is something that I saw recently. Actually, someone made a comment about our women's division at the NWA, and I think what has stood out to me the most about them, everybody has something that makes them different and special and incredible, and everybody knows exactly how to use that at the right time for themselves, to where everybody has shined exactly at the right moment and the right time. And everybody pushes each other to be their very, very best. And I just can't wait to see more matches come out of that.
are you contracted with NWA?
So I am not currently contracted with the NWA. I am, as far as working with them regularly, that is working, but I am not contracted currently.
That's crazy, and you held 2 out of their 3 major championships.
I mean, that happens. I feel like I'm very early in my career there. I have no qualms about. I know that I have my place. I'm in history books, and that I'm going to keep showing up and showing out every single time. So it's one of those things where the pedals to the metal, and let's ride it till the wheels fall off.
I mean, if I won, one of NWA's, major championships, I would kind of be like, hey Billy, where's my contract?
I
Oh,
mean, I'm sure that other people have certainly had the conversation.
I mean, that being said, do you have any Billy Corgan stories?
I will say it was I had a really really cool moment. I've had a couple different really good interactions with him throughout my events there thus far. Um, but you always want to keep getting better, no matter what stage you are in your career. And I had just come back from our match, and it was Misty Marks and CJ, me and Kenzie, defending our tag team championships in that match. And it was one of those matches where things were hitting right, and I was kicking butt and taking names. And I came back through the curtain, and maybe about 10, 15 minutes later, he actually came up to me and he was like, I don't know what you're doing different, but you need to keep doing it. And just those kind of moments are things that keep you going. And it says, hey, he's looking, he's paying attention. Because he's very much hands-on and very involved.
Oh yeah. Well, we talked about it a bit already. On the NWA World Women's Television Champion. What did that kind of mean to you to win that championship? Especially considering, those 3, famous letters are attached to it, NWA.
So I do have to say, what I don't know if everybody writes their bucket list of wrestling when they start their wrestling career, but I have a bucket list. And on my bucket list, I literally had written down win an NWA title, NWA championship. So, and I think to a certain point, because I have been doing this, I've been wrestling for so long, I maybe almost thought that this could not happen. Where are we going at this point? And to have that moment come true, in a city that's honestly very near and dear to me, Chicago has kind of turned into this weirdly career affirming city for me. Because when I was with Rise, when they were doing the Shimmer weekends in conjunction, with Rise. Kevin Harvey, God bless him, amazing man. I love him and his passion for the business. I'm sad that they're not running anymore. But I so distinctly remember after a match that I had, and he came up and he said, "You are full-time roster. You are here. Period. We believe in you." And then to turn around and have that moment in Chicago with the NWA so many years later, oh, and I pinned Natalia Markova for the record. So the whole night and the whole moment was honestly very mind-blowing to me, I think, to a certain extent. But it was also very much a moment of, I freaking belong here. And I'm going to make sure that you may not have known me when I walked into that ring, but you're never going to not remember me when I walk out of this ring.
And it kind of seems like there was a lot of things going on surrounding that match. Winning the championship, was that a moment you were able to take in the moment? Or was it something that did kind of set in afterwards? Like, wow, I did this.
So, it was really funny. I wasn't totally sure if that was going to be released later, or if it was that night, or if I wasn't sure. So when I got downstairs to finish the match and just kind of tuck a moment in the locker room, my phone just starts going crazy. I mean, ping, 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 like crazy. And I realized that it had been posted by the NWA. And I realized that, oh my God, I have to call my husband. And he was actually at one of our shows that night, running it. So he wasn't answering his phone. And so I called one of our boys and I was like, you need, turn your phone on video. Please go get my husband, like right now, please. And because my husband is my trainer. He gave me my start in the business. To be able to have that conversation with him and where he's going, because I literally was like, hey, we have to talk, like something happened tonight. And he's like, oh my God, what happened? Did you get hurt? It was honestly kind of comical. And I was just like, no, guess what? You need to pay me to wrestle now. So what are you going to do? So yeah, it was a really cool moment to just be able, because he's my trainer, he's my husband, he's my best friend. And I think being able to take that moment of just like, he literally was like, babe, you did it. Like you have literally accomplished something that you wanted to accomplish that you didn't think you were going to. So it was, yeah, I will never forget that night. I won't.
I mean, that being said, what is the advantages and disadvantages of being in the same profession as your significant other?
You know, I love it. I could see where some people would struggle with it to certain points, but for me, it's a common passion. We both can very much so not agree on the way something is done, but still be like, everyone has their own different views and their opinions and how they work through their stuff. And it's a little bit, it's stressful, because we do run a company together. So we run every weekend. So it is very much a hectic, chaotic, breakneck pace of just go, go, go. On top, and we also run a training school in conjunction with the company. So it is literally, our life is fully wrapped up into it. But I think at the same time, like, we both love so many things about it so much. And then we get to enjoy the things that, like, I like specific matches more than he does, and et cetera, et cetera. So we get to appreciate those slight differences that we have in it. And it also helps that he understands, like, for example, just a few weeks ago, I am also the inaugural United Women's Wrestling women's champion. And I left at 4 in the morning to go to the airport and fly to New York, and then was gone all day in New York. I got two of those too. um, and was gone all day and had my match, did our thing. I checked in with him, and he's like, "How are you doing in the ring? How was the match?" And then to come home to him, like it's the I could never ask for a better partner. It's probably the best thing that has ever happened in my life.
It does kind of seem like it's in the words of Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes. Oh, hello?
I was saying, it's breaking up just a little bit. I wasn't sure what happened.
Oh, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I was saying it's kind of like in the words of Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes. You know,
100%. All gas, no brakes. Yes.
um,
That's probably the best description I've ever heard. I love it.
you know, training, new individuals to, pro wrestle. I mean, you're almost coming up on 2 decades in pro wrestling. How do you approach training people in 2025 when you were kind of trained in, well, I like to call it the Wild West days of pro wrestling?
And it was very much Wild West. Um, so I think the biggest thing for me is you can never discount fundamentals. And that's the biggest thing that both myself and my husband really try to focus in on, is making sure that, and anybody even that I'm just working with, that I'm wrestling, out on the road, is what can I do to help make your fundamentals better? Because at the end of the day, the fundamentals in that ring is what's going to carry you through. If God forbid something happens and you get injured in the ring, that's what you go back to. You're not going to go back to a high flying frog splash. You're not going to go back to a hurricane rana. You're going to go back to the headlocks. You're going to go back to all of those moves that are just fundamentally sound and can get you through the fight for the nights. And so that's really the biggest thing that we focus on. And then as they progress and as they get better, you get to sprinkle in the fun stuff. You get to sprinkle in the back body drops. You get to sprinkle in. I mean, I don't believe that I've ever given anybody a hurricane rana, but I've taken them. But I mean, there's definitely and one of the really cool things is, I actually at one point we had a homegrown division of women of about 9 total women.
Wow.
That we literally saw from day one to wherever they are at in their career now. And I'm not going to cry, I swear. To see the journey that every single one of those women have made and the progress they have made and the strength that I see them have and the effort and the work it's so rewarding to see it. And I could never do anything again in wrestling, but to know that I helped them accomplish that in some little tiny way really is a really cool thing.
Well, I mean, speaking of rewarding, and somewhat of a punishment in the same breath, you wrestled Mercedes Martinez, a well-known, well-respected name in pro wrestling. What was that experience like?
Okay, first of all, I'm just going to be brutally honest. I was completely so freaking nervous. Which normally I'm a good, cool, calm, settled, let's go, let's fight, let's freaking throw down. But Mercedes is someone that I have looked up through so much of my career, and just her grit and her intensity and the ring psychology it's astounding. The match itself, I do clearly remember three suplexes happened, and we were coming up for the third, and I'm just going, good Lord. But it was a very, very hard-hitting battle. To this day, I will tell you that it was honestly one of those matches that instilled in my head of, I can freaking do this, and I do belong here. And there's been probably about 5 or 6 of those in my entire career where it was just one of those really defining moments, and it lit a fire under me that it's never gonna get put out after that match. Like it was one of those matches where I left 175% of myself in that ring, and I came out a different person.
I think a lot of people could say that about Wrestling Mercedes.
Oh, 100%. And she will chop you to your soul. I do just want to be very clear about that.
Well, you mentioned that there were around 5 or 6 moments where you felt like you really belonged in pro wrestling. I believe we've covered 2 of them already. The Television Championship, and Mercedes. What's 3 and 4?
So 1, and it's kind of a combo of the match and the reaction from my husband afterwards. I was in the Rise Battle Royal, or Rumble, I'm sorry. I think it was 30 total women. I mean, we're talking former NWA champions, current stars of today. I mean, you name it, the names that were in that match it was astounding. I mean, it was insane. And I was in that match for, oh, good Lord, a very long time. I want to say it was close to 20 or 22 minutes. And by the time that I was eliminated, the entire room of the Berwyn Eagles Hall, which is, especially in women's wrestling to an extent, it's in America, it's kind of an iconic room. That entire room went insane because they were so happy that I got eliminated. Because I did my job and I pissed them off and I eliminated all the people that they liked. And I had them eating out of the palm of my hand. And it was just hell yeah, yes. And then I get back to the locker room and call my husband and say, hey, how's the match go? And he had watched the event because it was streaming. And he then goes, oh my God, I have to call the cops. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, what's wrong? And he goes, well, you just stole the show. And for him, because he is my trainer, he has always been very tough on me, as he should, and holds me to a very high bar. And to have that match and get that reaction, and then come back and get that reaction from my husband, it was a very incredible night. Very incredible night. Yeah, that was really good. And I will say my next one is probably more wrestling emotionally, but wrestling is emotion. I have been with my home company since day one. And in May of last year, there's another woman worker, Nikki Victory. I don't know if you've heard of her. If you have not, absolutely go watch her stuff. Nikki is an incredible woman and incredible mother now. God love her. And you name it, we've probably wrestled the match. We have wrestled. I believe at this point in my career, I probably wrestled her more than anybody else because it was just us for a good long bit, and it's just us on the road and get it done. And we tag team together. We want to get the guys together. Just you name it, we've done it. Well, she had the women's championship, and I had been with the home company at that point, 18 years, and I had never won our women's championship ever. I had gotten close and, had worked my butt off, and it was never in the cards. Nikki and I had this match that just, from a clinical point, was excellent and just very happy. We beat the absolute crap out of each other. There were chairs, you name it. It was happening. And at the end of that match, I bonsai earthquaked her to win that championship. That was just very much a symbol of I can represent my home company on this level, and I am at that level. And then my son came to the ring. I have a little boy, and it's really hard to look like a tough, badass biker chick when you have your son in the ring with you.
Big Mama, not a gimmick.
Oh no, it was 100%. It was one of those moments of just, all right, we're just gonna ride it. It's gonna be really amazing and really great. And that was a really good night. And our fans and our and our base have honestly followed our company for as long as I've been with it. So their genuine reaction to me winning the championship was even more incredible as well. Like it was a really, really good night. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like it just was one of those things where everything went right, and it's not often that happens.
Oh yeah, the stars all aligned, so to speak.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Nikki Victory, talking about, a match against her, you actually teamed with her at a baseball field, I believe, and you came out
Yes.
on a motorcycle, a la Undertaker, American Badass.
Yes. I am licensed to ride a two-wheel motorcycle. That was a trike that night. Thank you. Shout out to Awesome Mama Scraps for the record. She did provide that bike for the night, and it is a gorgeous bike, let me just say. I've always loved the American Badass Undertaker. I mean, I feel like, everybody loves Undertaker to an extent, but I have loved that vibe. So to be able to do that it's our biggest event of the year. Yeah, it was a really cool moment, and I do have that picture framed in our wrestling office.
Well, going from one tag team partner to an unlikely tag team partner, and yet a very successful tag team partner. You won the NWA tag team titles with Kenzie Page. What was that moment like? Winning, you'd mentioned, wanting to win one title that had NWA on it. Now you have two at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, it was well, you want to talk about a whirlwind night. Dothan, Alabama. Yeah, I like Alabama now. What can I say? It seems to be a good city for me. So Kenzie Page, I mean, my lord, you want to talk about a hard-hitting, scrappy, do whatever it takes wrestler. That's Kenzie. Like Kenzie is just she's been wonderful. The conversations we've had have been great. Working with her in the ring is phenomenal. I've got her back. I know we're not defending the tag team championships anymore, but I will gladly any day jump in that ring with her again. And to be able to also have that moment with her of being the first ever double NWA champion, like that was a moment where we looked at each other after the match like we fucking did that, or we did that. And it was just a cool moment of how much further can we take this? Like let's just keep going. Let's keep pushing this.
You mentioned it's whirlwind. I mean, what did it mean to you to have to be the double champion?
So it was very much a moment of just, I think a lot of people, when that first kind of breath of success happens, take it in for the moment, maybe even settle a little bit, rest on laurels a touch. And for me, that came very shortly after I had won the television championship. And it was one of those things of, I was already on fire and already working even harder, but that just was in my brain like, oh, you want to go? Like, I'm going to literally ride this to the absolute open throttle. Like, let's go. And like, it was such a fire to just go, flat out go. Like, what's something new we can try? What's something, like, anything and everything, it was on. So it was just very much a defining moment of, we've made history, now let's keep making it.
Now, all the fantastic things we've been talking about, you actually spent 435 days out of the ring, more than a year. What was the reasoning for you to step away from the ring for as long as you did?
And that was my little dude, my little guy. He just, oh my gosh. One of the best things that I've ever done, and I know it was like one of the best, but I became a mom, and it happened at honestly the precisely best time for our lives and our careers, because he was literally born 3 weeks after everything was shut down in the United States.
Oh, wow.
During COVID. I mean, it was literally to the point where when we were figuring out what hospital we were going to go to and all that kind of a thing, they even said, well, your partner may not be able to come in. And I'm like, excuse me? What? What are you talking about? Yeah, that was not happening. But for us, because everything was shut down, we couldn't run events. And so where he would have been gone every weekend, we were all home together and actually getting to take that pause and take that break and kind of reset our family to a point of just, now we have this new little human being that we're trying to figure out and maybe get an hour of sleep in our life. And it was very much at the perfect time. And a lot of people are like, COVID was terrible. And in many ways, it was terrible. Like, don't get me wrong. The loss of life and the economy, like, there were so many things that did go wrong. But fortunately for me, to a certain extent, the maternity leave was perfect timing. So it really did work out well for me. And then I will say, getting back into the ring after that, oh my gosh. That was a whole other training life experience, I think, that every woman wrestler should experience it. because it is 100%. I once said to another girl in the ring, and I don't know if she was mad about it or not, but I truly do think that it is true. After you come back to the ring after having a kid, you either come back softer or you come back ready to kick everybody's butt. And I 100% came back ready to kick everybody's butt.
Hell yeah.
And he loves wrestling, which is something I am so thankful for.
I was going to ask, does he know what mom does? Does he understand like what you do in the ring?
Oh yeah. So he has, because of our training facility. I mean, he's honestly he could probably give a better. He loves giving Cody cutters. That's his big thing right now. I mean, he has absorbed a lot of things that I honestly didn't even realize he had absorbed. I do say, oh my God, it was terrible though. Several months back, one of my wrestling friends turned their back on me in the ring and nailed me with a championship belt. And he has always been pretty laid back about when I am getting beat up. As I came back to the curtain, someone goes, you got to go get him. And I was like, what happened? Like, is he okay? They're like, you got to go get him. He's a mess. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened to my child? He was sobbing, like full body sobbing, because he was so upset that Riley Matthews had turned on me. And that was one of his favorite people in the whole world. And he literally has not spoken to her since then. So I'm also I love his fight for me, but I'm also just like, oh buddy, I'm so sorry. I feel like a terrible mother right now.
I feel like
I will say though, it was funny for his 4th birthday last year. So he's 5 now. We let him do a wrestling match at our school, just with his favorite bad guy and his favorite good guy. And he walked into that ring like he had been wrestling for 15 years. He posed in that ring like he had been wrestling for 15 years. He, as soon as the bell rang, immediately got to work. And when a tag partner came in to help save him, he stepped to the outside of the ring and went and held the tag rope. And I was so blown away by just all the little things that he does. He knows the rules. And it's funny because he'll tell me, Mom, you were cheating. You can't choke her against the rope. So it's so funny just to see this. And the boys are all just so amazing with him. People are just, these COVID babies aren't very social. I can promise you my child is not, because he is so social because of all of the wrestlers. They've just all been his best friends. And I am so thankful.
all right, so future world champion coming up in the next 15 to 20 years.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. None.
All right. Now, another incredible thing that you were able to do was you competed in the Mildred Bark Invitational. On top of that, it was at the 2300 Arena, for anybody that don't know, the ECW Arena, at NWA 76th Anniversary Show. So, I mean, that's a lot to unpack right there. Obviously Mildred Bark, well-respected name in pro wrestling, in a historic building, for one of the bigger events for NWA. What was that like?
So to get the call to be invited to that was just, it was a really cool thing of, dude, we're doing this and we're going. And I was so pumped. And I have never seen the Rocky statue. So the ECW arena is also in the good old city. So that whole weekend was to step into 77. And one of the biggest things I remember from that match, and I said to myself before I went out by curtain rope, I'm making a statement right now. And every single person on TV, every single person in this building, they're going to know who the hell I am. And I walked out there and I got an immediate reaction. And the choke bomb, sorry, Ricky J, love you, but the choke bomb where I just kind of destroyed her, that choke bomb, it was one of those moments of like, hell yeah, let's freaking ride this. It was really cool, and it was yeah, just that whole weekend was just really incredible to be a part of that entire event, see everything really come together for an event of that stature, to be in that building, and just, yeah, again, a whirlwind. This entire last year and a half, 2 years has just been absolutely chaotically crazy fun that I never thought I would be having in my career, but I'm taking in every single moment that I can.
Definitely. I mean, I can imagine this is another, crazy moment. You got to wrestle Allysin Kay as well. A former NWA Women's Champion, well-known name. What was it like wrestling her?
So it's really funny. We had kind of been in the same circle for years and years and years. And I was supposed to wrestle her on an event, literally the day before I did wrestle her. The matches ended up, card is always subject to change. And I ended up not getting to wrestle her at that event. So then I'd gone down to Derby City, which is part of the Championship Wrestling Network, United Wrestling Network. And I find out that I'm getting my match. Holy crap. I actually do get to wrestle Allysin Kay. And she is someone that I had always wanted to wrestle. And, I mean, you want to talk about someone who can strike the crap out of your soul. She is 100% on that list. No questions asked. And it was a really, really solid, good match. And I'm hoping to have more. I recently have been, as she likes to call it, I'm on a Marty party right now. I literally have been married to Marty over the last probably month and a half. So, but that also comes with AK because she doesn't play with her partner. So it's been, hey, I will happily call her out. So we got to keep going. I'm okay with that.
Well, we've been talking about Big Mama all this time. Can you tell us about Nemesis?
Ooh, Nemesis. Oh, my Lord. So, okay. I don't know how many people actually know this. I thought it was really cool because it's the Greek goddess of vengeance, so I thought that name was really cool. But apparently not many people know Greek mythology in the wrestling world. So I learned that very quickly. Yeah, my very first wrestling name, as far as like me picking it out, I did have one name that I wrestled under for one match. But Nemesis was very much, I think, feeling out kind of where was I going to stand in the business and where was I going? What was going to be my mark? And I've always wanted it so much for today. Just I want to leave wrestling better than when I left it when I arrived, and I don't want a single fan to think that I never left 125% less than in the ring. And I'm going to beat the crap out of anybody that I step in that ring with. And I think that was really something that Nemesis embraced. And then Big Mama brought in the attitude and the, if you want to screw with me, I'm going to screw right back with you. So it was kind of the evolution. And Nemesis, very much so, especially in the Professional Girls Wrestling Association, was very much a staple. And I really think built my confidence and allowed me to move on to the next step.
So Nemesis was the genesis to Big Mom.
Yeah, I like that. Heck yeah, yes.
Another heavy hitter I'd like to ask you about is one Ruby Reyes. What was it like being in the ring with her?
When I tell you that people love Ruby Reyes, that's like the biggest understatement on planet Earth, especially out in California.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love her work. I've always loved her work. But then to be able to go toe to toe with her on her home turf was just even more incredible. And I honestly, I feel like I learned so much in that match. I don't often have opponents that are even close to my size. And I had to work for every single inch of offense in that match, and I really had to work for every portion of the crowd. It's just that was one of those matches where I learned so much from just 10 minutes of my life, where there were so many lessons that I took away from that, as far as working with someone of the same size and controlling a crowd. Like it was an incredible match. I also believe she's one of 2 people ever to have powerbombed me, for the record. So
Who was the other one?
The other one was it was a group of people, because it was Jake Atlas, Priscilla Kelly, Devin Monroe. It was a whole group of a through the doors match, and a whole group of them drove me through this door and a power bomb.
Then that doesn't count. It was only for
I mean, like, actually, I take that back. 2.5. We're gonna count all those people as a half. I have been power bombed by Awesome Kong, so that was amazing.
I could imagine.
Yeah, that was oh god, I'm gonna die.
What was it like being in the ring with an all-time great like Awesome Kong?
I think the only thing that I regret about it is that I wish I was better than what I was at the time. Because the match was good. Absolutely, like I think there were very great moments in it, and I think God bless her, because she did beat the crap out of me, and I earned every strike of it. I just wish that I could go back and wrestle her now, where I'm at now, and I just would love to have that experience again. Would love it.
Hell yeah. An awesome experience, to say the least.
Yes, and I was so early in my career when that happened that it was just one of those, like, holy moly.
Oh, definitely. But from an awesome to experience to a bizarre adventure. It's time for Big Mama's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Oh my god. I don't know why this one just jumped immediately to my mind. This is a legal one, so it's okay. I was driving, so we have a guy that we call Russo, because he has all these crazy creative ideas. So we called him like Mr. Russo.
Okay.
And so Russo and I are in this car. We're driving back and forth to Nashville for a show. And both of us, I was driving, I think I was tired. We were switching out. So we pulled off this random exit, and there's nothing on this exit. So we're like, well, let's just switch on the ramp, on the ramp. Like, it's no big deal. Like, no one's coming up. Just pull to the side of the ramp and we'll switch on the ramp. This literally the millisecond that we both open our doors to do like a Chinese fire drill, essentially, a guy starts running out from the woods, like 25 feet away from the car. When I tell you, I have never ran so quickly to the other side of my car. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. We might get killed. I don't know what's happening. And it was one of those things where I was just like, oh my God, we could have just died tonight. I just want you to know that. We could have died. We don't know. The Chinese fire drill through, so it was crazy. Crazy. And I'm sure there's a million other ones that's just, yeah. Oh my Lord. That was a fun one though. That was a good one.
So it wasn't that he came out of the woods to try and kill you, but you were under the impression that he was.
He came out, he was very disheveled, and maybe he needed help. So there was also part of me that felt like a terrible human being. I was like, I don't know, maybe he was stranded or lost in the woods, but like, we didn't know, and it was 3 a.m. and we weren't about to chance stuff.
Yeah, I think you took the safe bet.
Like, yeah, no hitchhikers tonight, I'm sorry.
Well, definitely a very bizarre story to say the least.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your love of Wonder Woman?
Oh my gosh, yes, I love Wonder Woman. I think it's even more, I think, about just the mindset of what, no, you can't be everything to everybody at any point in your life. Like that's physically, humanly impossible. But Wonder Woman can. and there's very much the mindset at times where, I mean, we really are juggling so many of these things, especially as moms in the wrestling business. You're juggling your kiddos, you're juggling your marriage, you're juggling, some of us, a full-time job, and then wrestling on top of that. And for me, we're running the company, we're running the training school. So it's just that mindset for me of trying to do it all and do it well while still having good intentions to serve people well. So obviously I love the comics, I love everything of that nature, but just the mindset of it, of I'm not going to take any crap, and we're going to be good people to everybody, and we're also going to, I'm showing my child and hopefully other people that it can be done to an extent that it can be done. I want to be able to say that not only did I teach my kid that he can go after his own dreams, but I can do mine too.
What's your favorite version of Wonder Woman?
I have not on the years, but I really love the vintage, the motorcycle version. Shocking. So there's the vintage, it's the shorts and like the collared red and white shirt, and it's just very like muscle bound motor machine Wonder Woman, and it's hot.
So, and you mentioned that you read the comics, so you're like a hardcore, Wonder Woman fan. Are you, do you collect them, or is it just, what you have?
Just what I have, and unfortunately, I wish I had more time to devote to it, but I don't, unfortunately. So, has taken a little bit of a back burner. Now, I do have several friends that they do go to Comic Cons, they do events like that. And they definitely always hit up the memorabilia for me for sure. So.
Oh yeah. Just out of curiosity, how did you feel about the Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot?
I enjoyed it. I know that there are people that kind of argued, as far as keeping true to the nature of everything. But I mean, I think that's any movie adaptation is going to have its changes. But I really enjoyed it. I think Gal Gadot did an amazing job. And I think that she definitely, to me, she embodied that essence of Wonder Woman. So I was here for it, and I saw it the opening night.
Okay, so Big Mama approved.
Yes.
Well, it's a great segue into our next segment, and that is the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Oh. So, first one would have to be, it's my current entrance music. Working on getting the rights to use it on non-royalty free sites. But it's Bad Karma by Ida Maria. She just, again, it's very much presents this powerful feminine figure that takes no crap, but also doesn't tear others down. And it's always been, I've always really liked the song. I'll give a shout out for sure to Dale Bass down in the Kentucky Wrestling Hall of Fame. Gave me that suggestion years ago, and just from day one of hearing it, I was like, "That's it. Like, that's absolutely it." Song 2. Oh goodness, this is gonna sound so uncharacteristically not Big Mama, but it's very much a linchpin in my home life. Country Roads Take Me Home by John Denver. It was the closing song to our wedding. And it's always, the life of a wrestler. You're on the road, you're always traveling, but you always lead back to home. And that has always been very big to me of no matter how far you travel, no matter however many places you go, you always come home. And I love it that my 5-year-old knows all the words to that song because I'm pretty sure most 5-year-olds wouldn't. But it's a very good one. I highly recommend it. I don't think anybody who hates country music can hate that song, for the record.
I think that's a song that all wrestlers should kind of have on their movie soundtrack, if I'm being honest.
Oh, right? They have to. That if you've done any traveling, so some of those roads,
yeah,
for sure.
It should be a theme for wrestlers.
Yes. And then there is David Allan Coe and Tara. I cannot think of the name of it, but the line in the song is, "Can you make him feel what you?" It's about him becoming a songwriter, and it may be called "Bringing Jack in the Back of the Cadillac." Actually, I could be wrong on that. I will find out and send it to you. However, there's a line in the song that literally says, "Can you make him feel what you're feeling, and can you show him how the pain?" And that's just such a pivotal feeling of being a wrestler and emoting every single thing that your body is going through in that ring. And you're just like as being a songwriter, you want the fans to connect to that. And if you have that control over the fans that you can pass that on to them, then you're doing something right in the business.
Hell yeah. Well, that's definitely a solid 3 picks to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Who plays Big Mama? That's a great question. I've never been asked that, and I love this. this is probably going to be a little controversial. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
But it would probably be a little controversial. But I would love if you could like go back in the history and if it could be Susan Green. I would love that. I mean, I don't know that she was ever a brunette, but Susan Green through the PGWA and through so much of women's wrestling, like she took no crap from anybody in that ring. And you knew that when you walked into there, that was, I say it a lot when I walk in there, it's Big Mama's house. You knew that that was her home and you were not going to make a mess in it. And tough as nails and just, yeah, just that attitude and that vibe that she could give. It was intense.
I gotcha. Alright. Now, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
So, well, obviously, my husband, for sure.
Of course.
Who would play him? Oh, goodness. I love that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, who's a grouchy yet tough yet? Oh, you know, Mickey. Mickey from Rocky. Oh my gosh, yes. That's who would play my husband, 100%. I'm gonna tell him that when he gets home tonight too. That's amazing. Yeah, 100%. It would be Mickey from Rocky would play my husband because that is that attitude and that I don't care if you're his big line that he always says to me if crap's getting hard is pick yourself up by your bootstraps, and that's been a line through our entire relationship, and it has never rang more true in some really rough days, and he knows exactly what I need when I need it.
The name of the actor is Borges Mildred.
Thank you. I thought so. I'm like, I'm so terrible with names. Like it's awful.
Yes, I got you.
Okay. 2 other people. That's so hard. It's hard because there's just so many people you want to say. So I would definitely have to say my son, only because he did really bring about a huge change as far as my motivation and my drive. I feel like I had always wanted to accomplish something in the business, but it ignited a whole different passion and a reason for me. That people always say it changes your life and all that, but like until you live it and until you experience it, you don't see it.
Right.
And for playing him, it would have to be I guess it could be a tag team, but the twins from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody were he was also the kid in Big Daddy, the Adam Sandler movie. Because my child looks just like him. Looks just like him. And they have the same attitude. So many things. It's just so funny. Dylan and Cole Sprouse. Yes, thank you. Yeah, they could absolutely play my kiddo. I 100%.
Didn't even have to Google that one.
Yes. And then for the third one, I'm gonna have to say Nikki Victory. Because there was, I had been wrestling for quite a while, and we didn't have any girls. We weren't getting much traction. And I was to a point where it was like, okay, so do I now invest more of my time and my energy into developing the company with my husband? Or do I put my time and my energy into expanding my miles on the road and getting my name more out there and trying to find someone that can travel with me full time as far as doing more matches and things of that nature? And had come to the decision that, okay, I'm going to focus more on working with the company. And I was literally that day going to have a conversation with my husband about it. And she came in to start training. And I worked with her from day one. It was her first match. You name it, Nikki and I have done it. We were for the NWF. We were the first ever women's main event on our Future Stars division, which was our student show, and then we went on to be the first ever women's main event and first ever women's cage match at our biggest event of the year each year, Fan Fest. We've made history in so many ways together and pushed ourselves each to be bigger and better and better. And I can't say that my career would be the same had I not met her. Like, she's incredible. She's incredible. And who would play her? Oh, you know, I would have Camille from NWA, Kaylee, because they both very much embody that calm, steady aggression, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I got that.
And the way that they carry themselves. Yeah, she'd be a great fit for that. Absolutely.
All right. Well, this is sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now.
Yes.
On to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
No. My mother loves it, though. She can have all she wants, but no.
So, anti-pineapple on pizza.
I am anti-pineapple pizza. If you're gonna do that, you just go eat Hawaiian food. You don't need it on pizza.
Okay. What's your spirit Pokemon?
Oh, funny story. Squirtle, 100%. I am a grandma, actually. I have a 9-year-old grandbaby, and he calls me Turtle. And yeah, the 100%, yes, Squirtle, hands down.
Okay. We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
Oh, they're gonna kill me. I don't remember it.
Would you like me
It
to
has been
spell
so
it out
long.
for you?
Please do, yes.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. Because a Doug can't
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've heard that.
Yes.
So long.
We love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
God rest him. I love him.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
Oh my Lord. I feel like that Rock and I could have a good match. I would consider it for the right storyline, yes.
For the right storyline, you will wrestle a Rock.
We had a tag team that literally had a cardboard cutout of the Duke as their manager for over a year. And that cardboard cutout won Manager of the Year by a landslide. So I firmly believe that you can make anything happen as long as you do it the right way.
Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Is there footage of this somewhere? Please share that with me,
Yes,
please.
I could definitely send it to you after this.
Yes.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, hopefully, no, you know what? I'm going to manifest this. I am going to be signed, and I think I'm still going to be kicking butt and taking names, and hopefully my kiddo will still love wrestling. And I think Big Mama's going to be a household name.
Hell yeah. And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off what Big Mama is all about?
I would 100% recommend Big Mama versus Ruby Rays through Rise. That was just a hard-hitting battle that you didn't know what was going to happen until the end. And little fun fact, it was the first time that the Big Mama Bomb, which is my earthquake off the second rope, came into existence. So, fun little Easter egg into that one. And then I would also heavily encourage Nikki Victory versus Big Mama in a cage match at the Northern Wrestling Federation, because it was, you want to talk about brutality. It was absolutely brutal and in the best way possible.
Can we find these on YouTube?
So I do know Ruby Rays and I are on YouTube. The Nikki cage match is on ladysports.com through PGWA. To my knowledge, it is nowhere else, to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, if the match with Ruby is indeed on YouTube, I will grab that match and I will put a link to it in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen it, wants to see it, wants to re-see it after this interview.
Heck yeah.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
China.
Worst wrestler.
Ooh. Oh. That's hard. Ellsworth.
I will accept that answer.
I'm sorry, Ellsworth. I really like you.
Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Ooh. Charlotte Flair.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
China's.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
I go kayfabe, goddammit. Kayfabe is keep your mouth shut.
We would have also accepted tastes great on toast.
Yes.
Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
It has seeds. So, fruit.
That is the correct answer. And for the exact reason you said, it has seeds.
Yes.
New Japan wrestler Taichi, his ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Oh, Lord. If you ask different people, you get different answers on this one.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to go bikini cut. So there's enough. One of my teachers gave a very good description of this when you write a paragraph, like a bikini. It's long enough to cover what needs to be covered, but short enough to not cover what you want to see.
Okay. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
I actually have.
Ooh,
I have.
elaborate.
So it was in I couldn't tell you what grocery store it was because it was in Chicago. And had been on an event where both of us were there, and Lynn was like, "Oh, I saw him the other day," and just literally had an entire conversation about how he was at that show. So I had a T-shirt on from that event, and they asked.
I gotcha. It would have been even amazing or if Darby Allin was in that supermarket.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, had a conversation with a stranger about Darby Allin. That is the correct answer. And
Has happened.
and that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thank you so much.
And once again, where can we find you on social media and merchandise?
Check out Big Bad Mama 06 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure to check out the Northern Wrestling Federation, where you can see me week in and week out when I'm not traveling. Make sure to check out NWA Power every Tuesday night on Roku. And make sure to also check out the United Wrestling Network. You can see me wrestle places like Memphis Championship, Gotham Wrestling, and Hollywood Championship.
And merchandise?
And merchandise is Pro Wrestling Tees at Big Bad Mama 06.
And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, but on Extra and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment, okay?
You got it.
For our special guest, Big Mama, Calico Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling Wit
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.